Good morning, students. Today we are discuss DSL technologies. Then the previous class we discussed the data communications, with standard telephone lines and modems. What is a modem? Different types of modems and uses of modem, using digital data connections. In that we discuss the three simple ways and broadband connections. These are the we have discussed previous class. Now we discuss DSL technologies. Another type of digital telephone service called digital subscriber line, DSL, is very popular, especially with home users. This is because DSL service is typically less expensive than TI services in terms of hardware, setup and monthly costs. In fact, many local telephone companies offer only DSL services in their markets, foregoing other broadband technologies altogether. Once again I repeat, another type of digital telephone service called digital subscriber line, that is DSL, digital subscriber line. The digital subscriber line is very popular, especially with home users. This is because digital subscriber line service is typically less expensive than T1 services in terms of hardware, setup and monthly costs. In fact, many local telephone companies offer only DSL services in their markets, foregoing other broadband technologies altogether. In that, the several types of DSL are available, including the following are available in different markets, each offering different capabilities and rates ranging from 100 kbps to over 30 Mbps. This is the DSL ranging from 100 kbps to 30 Mbps. The different DSLs are following: a symmetrical DSL, rate adaptive DSL, RADSL, high bitrate DSL, ISDN DSL, that is IDSL, symmetry DSL, HDSL, symmetry DSL also called HDSL. Another very high bit rate DSL, that is VDSL. The actual performance you can achieve with DSL depends on the type of DSL service you choose, the distance between the DSL modem and telephone company's switch and many other factors. Cable modem connections. Cable modem service is a technology that enables home computer users to connect to the internet through their cable TV connection with a higher speeds than those offered by dial-up connections. However, cable modems also are finding acceptance in small to medium sized businesses as an alternative to other technologies such as DSL. Cable modems usually achieve download speeds of about 27 Mbps but are capable of speeds equal to T1. These speeds are substantial increase over dial-up connections. The only limitations are speed or the number of users in the local neighborhood sharing the same connections. In cable network, a facility called head-end serves as the primary point where the television signals enter the system through satellite and standard over the air broadcast means. The head end is also where the dedicated internet connection occurs, connecting the cable TV network to the internet. From the head end, the network branches out to subscribe locations using combination of fiber optic and copper cable, typically terminating to each end user location as coaxial cable. Because a transmission must often traverse several miles from the head end to end user, amplifiers are used to keep the signal strong. The greater the destination from the head end, the more amplifiers are required. ATM DSL cable modems T1 and T3 can all be used effectively to set up WANs as long as the networks are used primarily for transferring the most common types of data, files, email messages, and so on. However, these types of services are not always well suited for transmitting live video and sound. As a result, communications companies offer a service called ATM, which stands for Asynchronous Transfer Mode. ATM is asynchronous transfer mode. ATM is a protocol designed by the telecommunications industry, a more effective way to send voice, video, and computer data over a single network. ATM is protocol designed by telecommunications industry as a more efficient way to send voice, video, and computer data over a single network. It was originally conceived as a way to reconcile the needs for these different kinds of data on the telephone system. But the proponents of ATM argue that it also can be implemented on computer LANs and WANs, etc. In fact, ATM is a network protocol. To install ATM, asynchronous transfer mode, to install the purchase of special network adapter cards for every networked device and special higher level switches is required. The benefits of ATMs: no cable to pull, mobile devices access network resources, mobility and flexibility for office workers. These are the benefits of ATMs. Wireless networks. Most companies heavily on cabling. However, small areas and older buildings make the use of wires very difficult. Also, this situation is changing with newer homes. Most older houses are not wired with network cabling. Rather than removing walls and spending many hours pulling cables or paying an electronic do it, homeowners are opting for wireless networks. In addition, wireless technology allows connectivity so that portable and handheld computers can move around while continuously connected to a network, that is wireless networks. Wireless 802.11, this is also called Wi-Fi. The wireless standard that is becoming very popular follows the family of specification called 802.11 or Wi-Fi. The 802.11b standard describes specification for wireless speeds up to 11 Mbps, which is a little faster than slowest form of Ethernet, that is 10 Mbps, but much faster than the typical 1.5 Mbps high-end DSL. The 802.11g standard describes specifications for wireless LANs that provide 20 plus Mbps connection speeds. Wireless access point. To create a wireless LAN, a wireless access point is needed. Sorry. In a wireless environment, single or multiple PCs can connect through a single wireless access point, that is WAP. In larger wireless topologies, multiple wireless machines can roam through the different access points and stay on the same network domain with the same level of security. If the network must grow to handle more users or expand its range, extension points can be added. A wireless access point connects to an Ethernet LAN like any other devices and allows computers with wireless NICs to function in the Ethernet LAN environment. In addition, some wireless access points come with built-in routers, firewalls and switches so that you do not have to buy multiple hardware devices. You see the in pictures. A very important limitations with wireless devices is distance. The distance a wireless access point can reach depends on the antenna and the obstacle between devices that weaken the signal. Depending on the quality of the device, a typical antenna can reach between 50 and 150 meters. This is wireless access point. Next, we discuss about wireless adapter. A PC or laptop needs a wireless adapter card, wireless NIC that meets 802.11b or 80.11g standards to make contact with WAP. Many wireless NICs come with utility software that allows you to monitor signal strength and download speeds. The summary of data communications. Networks and especially home users commonly transmit data across telephone lines. Telephone companies are offering more digital lines which are better suited to data transmission, while homes and businesses are still served by analog telephone lines. The use of cable modems and DSL is rapidly growing. To transfer digital data over analog telephone lines, Computers must use modems. When a computer sends data, its modem translates digital data into analog signals for transmission over standard telephone lines. At the receiving end, the computer's modem converts the analog signals back to digital data. Actually, this is the process of converting digital data to analog to digital data. Once again, I repeat, to transfer digital data over analog telephone lines, computers must use modems. When a computer sends data, its modem translates digital data into analog signals for transmission over standard telephone lines. At the receiving end, the computer's modem converts the back to analog signals back into digital data. Modem transmission speed are measured in bits per second (bps). Currently, the preferred standard for modems is 56 kbps. Using digital connections, businesses and homes can transmit data many times faster than is possible over standard phone lines. The most popular digital lines offered by telephone companies include T1, T3 and DSL. They offer faster data transfer rates and higher bandwidth than standard phone lines. Sorry. Another type of digital service is called ATM. ATM means asynchronous transfer mode. ATM is adapted for transmitting high volume data files such as audio, video, and multimedia files. Many cable companies now offer internet connection to homes and businesses through the same lines that carry cable television service. Cable modem service can be as fast as T1 and sometimes types of DSL services. Wireless technology follows a standard called 802.11. The two most popular standards in use are 802.11b and 802.11g. In addition to other requirements, each governs the standards for wireless speeds. The 802.11b standard describes specifications for speeds up to 11 Mbps and 802.11g for 20 Mbps connections. To gain access to an Ethernet LAN wirelessly, you need a wireless NIC and a wireless access point, that is WAP, needs to be added to the Ethernet LAN. This is the data communications wireless networking. The discuss about what are the questions are in data communications. Why are modems required when two computers need to exchange data over standard telephone lines? The next question is, what factors should you consider when purchasing a modem? If digital telephone lines completely replace analog lines, how will data communications be simplified? Name 3 different versions of DSL service. The next question is, what is the difference between 802.11b standard and the 802.11g standard? What are the two popular types of modem devices that can be attached to installed in a PC? Most modems with PCs also can emulate this type of office machine. What is the machine and what is the device called? Another question is, why do not 56K modems usually achieve their highest potential data transmission rate? Next, another question is, file transferring usually involves two types of process. What are they? The last question is, BRI and basic rate ISDN have the same meaning. What do these asynchronous mean and how are they the same? These are the questions in data communications. Once again I repeat the highlights of data communications. Data communications with standard telephone lines and modems. Main basic concept is, data communication usually take place over media that are specifically set up for the network and thus are known as dedicated media. The modems, a computer voice is digital, that is, it consists of on or off pulses representing ones and zeros. A device called modem is needed to translate these digital signals into analog signals that can travel over standard telephone lines. This is the definition of modem. A computer's voice is digital, that is, it consists of on or off pulses representing ones and zeros. A device called modem is needed to translate these digital signals into analog signals that can travel over standard telephone lines is called modem. Next, the different types of modems. For example, external modem, fax modems. Next, users of modems. The most common file transfer protocols for modems are called Kermit, X modem, Y modem, Z modems. Using digital data connections. Next, broadband connections, DSL technologies. The DSL technologies, the different DSLs are available: asymmetrical DSL, ADSL, another rate adaptive DSL, RADSL. Next, high bit rate DSL, that is HDSL, ISDN DSL, IDSL, symmetry DSL, that is HDSL, very high bit rate DSL, that is VDSL. Next, cable modem connections, ATM, wireless network, and wireless adapter. This is the data communication. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.